Welcome to the narrated novel. Have you ever wondered why some people seem endlessly happy, full of energy, and unstoppable no matter what life throws at them? Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating Japanese secret of Ikigai, the ultimate reason to wake up each morning with a smile, a sense of purpose, and the drive to live your best life. Chapter 1, The Art of Staying Young While Growing Old. Close your eyes for a moment. Imagine a place where time seems to move slower, where laughter drifts through warm island air, where the elderly walk with gentle grace, carrying baskets of vegetables, and where a smile is the most common greeting. This is Okinawa, a cluster of islands in the south of Japan. It's called the land of immortals, not because people here never die, but because they never seem to grow old. In Okinawa, men and women live well past 100, healthy, sharp, and full of life. Their secret, a single word, Ikigai, the reason for being. The Japanese believe that every person carries within them a quiet purpose, a calling that makes their life worth living. For some, it's raising children; for others, crafting art, teaching, farming, or simply serving tea each morning. Your Ikigai is not always grand. Sometimes, it's as humble as watching the sunrise with gratitude. It's what gives your life meaning, the reason you get up every morning. The people of Okinawa have mastered this secret. They say, only staying active will make you want to live 100 years. A life without retirement. In Japan, there isn't even a word for retirement in the Western sense. Here, you don't stop working, you simply keep doing what you love until your final breath. A fisherman keeps mending his nets, a gardener continues to prune his bonsai, a teacher keeps teaching. Purpose keeps their hearts beating, as the famous researcher Dan Buettner noted in his study of blue zones, the world's longest living communities. Having a purpose is so vital in Japan that retirement simply doesn't exist. The island of almost eternal youth, the Okinawans don't just live longer, they live better. Medical studies show they suffer less from heart disease, cancer, and dementia. Even their blood carries fewer free radicals, the tiny agents that age our cells. Their women experience gentle menopause, their men remain strong and cheerful well into their 90s. They walk, garden, laugh, and eat lightly. When asked their secret, they smile and say, "I have my Ikigai." The meaning inside the word, the Japanese characters for Ikigai, combine two meanings. Iki means life. Gai means worth, value, purpose. Together, they describe a life worth living. The word Gai itself carries shades of beauty and courage, armor, elegance, and initiative. To have Ikigai is to live beautifully, to face life with the courage of a samurai and the calm of a monk. The 5 blue zones. Okinawa is one of 5 blue zones, places around the world where people consistently live longer and healthier lives. The others are Sardinia, Italy, where families eat vegetables, drink wine, and share deep community bonds. Loma Linda, California, home to Seventh-day Adventists who live by faith, rest, and a plant-based diet. Nicoya Peninsula, Costa Rica, where elders rise before sunrise to farm their land. Even past 90, Ikigai, Greece, a serene island where time seems forgotten, and 1 in 3 people live past 90. Yet among all, Okinawa stands apart, because here, longevity isn't only a number. It's a way of life. The secret of hara hachibu. Before every meal, Okinawans whisper a simple phrase, hara hachibu. It means, eat until you're 80% full. This small act of restraint is a lifelong practice of balance. They eat slowly, enjoy every bite, and stop before feeling full. It's not just about food, it's about knowing enough. In the West, fullness means comfort. In Okinawa, slight hunger means discipline, a signal that the body is satisfied, not burdened. Studies show that Okinawans consume only 1,800 to 1,900 calories per day, less than most countries, yet they thrive. Their diet is colorful: tofu, sweet potatoes, green vegetables, and fish, served in tiny plates that celebrate minimalism. The power of moai, connected for life. In the heart of every Okinawan village is something called a moai, a circle of lifelong friends. These small groups meet regularly to share stories, meals, laughter, and support. They began centuries ago when farmers would unite to help one another through bad harvests. Each member contributes a small amount of money monthly. When one faces hardship, the group lends a hand. But beyond money, moai offers something deeper, a sense of belonging. No one here feels alone. When you are part of a moai, your joys are multiplied and your sorrows divided. Science agrees. People with strong social bonds live longer, heal faster, and smile more. In Okinawa, friendship is not a hobby, it's a medicine, a rhythm of life. The rhythm of Okinawa is slow. Like the gentle waves against its shores, people walk instead of drive. They garden daily, using their hands to touch the earth. Their movement isn't exercise, it's simply life unfolding. Stress rarely finds them. Instead, gratitude fills their days. For food, for neighbors, for another sunrise. The heart of Ikigai. To have Ikigai is to have balance between what you love, what you are good at, what the world needs, and what you can be paid for. It's the intersection of passion, mission, vocation, and profession. But the people of Okinawa don't think about it as theory, they live it. The old fisherman whose nets are worn but whose eyes still shine, his Ikigai is the sea. The woman who cooks rice for her grandchildren every morning, her Ikigai is her family. The teacher who still teaches calligraphy at 90, his Ikigai is the flow of ink and meaning. Each sunrise gives them a reason to move, to smile, to create, a life of purpose and peace. When the authors visited Okinawa, they noticed something extraordinary. No matter how old the people were, 60, 80, 100, they all had the same sparkle in their eyes. They laughed easily. They joked constantly. Their happiness didn't come from luxury or success, it came from connection. Their homes are simple. Their lives are slow. Their spirits are light, and when asked the question, "Why do you live so long?" they answer with humility, "Because every day, I have a reason to get up." Growing old is not an enemy to be feared, it's a companion to be welcomed, proof that life has given you time. To stay young while growing old, you don't need pills or secrets, you need purpose. Purpose keeps your heart warm, community keeps your mind calm, balance keeps your body light. So, find your Ikigai, the thing that makes you forget time, that fills you with joy, that serves something bigger than yourself. Because when you live with Ikigai, every sunrise feels new, and every day feels worth living. You will not just add years to your life. You will add life to your years. In the next chapter, we uncover how the smallest daily habits, from the way you breathe, to the way you sleep, quietly shape the length and joy of your life. Subscribe, and join me as we step deeper into the Japanese art of living long and happy. Your journey to Ikigai has just begun. Chapter 2, Anti-Aging Secrets, Little Things That Add Up to a Long and Happy Life. There is a rhythm to life, every heartbeat, every breath, every sunrise and sunset, they whisper a message: slow down. Live gently. Cherish each moment. But the world today moves too fast. We race against time, forgetting that time is not our enemy, it's our teacher. The people of Okinawa, who live longer than anyone else on earth, understand this truth deeply. They do not fight aging, they dance with it. Aging's escape velocity. Imagine your life as a path leading toward a distant sign, the number of your final age written on it. Each year you live, you take one step closer to that sign. Now imagine that the sign starts moving forward, keeping a little distance ahead of you every year. The faster it moves, the longer you live. Scientists call this aging's escape velocity, the moment when medical progress adds as many years to your life as you are living. But in Okinawa, people discovered something far older and far wiser than science. The secret to longevity isn't about running from death, it's about moving joyfully through life. A sound mind in a sound body, the ancients said it beautifully, mens sana in corpore sano. A sound mind in a sound body. The two are inseparable. When your mind is active, curious, and at peace, your body follows. The elders of Okinawa keep learning well into their 90s. They play games, study calligraphy, tend gardens, and challenge themselves daily. Neuroscientists agree, each time we face something new, our brain forms new connections. It's like planting new flowers in the garden of the mind. The moment we stop learning, those flowers wither. So, they keep their minds alive by staying curious, playful, and humble before life's endless lessons. The invisible enemy, stress. But even the most peaceful garden can be damaged, not by storms, but by pressure. Modern life has made stress our silent killer. Our ancestors used stress as a signal to fight or flee, a tiger in the jungle, a danger on the path. Today, the tigers are invisible. Notifications, deadlines, expectations. And the body, confused, reacts the same way, releasing adrenaline, cortisol, tension, a constant whisper in your blood that says, you're in danger. But in truth, we are not. The people of Okinawa have learned to quiet that whisper. They live with Ikigai, purpose, and that purpose becomes their shield. They breathe deeply, smile often, walk slowly. They choose community over competition, and serenity over speed. The art of mindfulness. In a small wooden home overlooking the sea, an Okinawan woman in her 90s sits cross-legged on the floor. She breathes slowly. Her eyes closed. The world outside is quiet, only the hum of cicadas and the distant splash of waves. She practices mindfulness, simply being present. Western researchers call it a stress reduction method, but for her, it's just life itself. She notices her breath, her thoughts, her body, and then she lets them go. This is her medicine, free, invisible, timeless. Every breath she takes adds not just seconds to her life, but life to her seconds. A little stress is good for you. Not all stress is harmful. The elders of Okinawa know the secret of balance. A touch of challenge keeps them alive, a garden to tend, a task to complete, a goal to reach. They wake each day with a mission, however small. Modern science now confirms what they have known for centuries. A small dose of effort, of responsibility, keeps your spirit young. It makes you move, think, and care. The danger lies not in effort, but in excess. Too much rest can rust the soul, too much pressure can break it. The art is in harmony. A lot of sitting will age you. In cities around the world, we sit more than we walk. We sit to work, sit to eat, sit to relax, and we call it living. But our bodies are meant to move. Movement is life. In Okinawa, no one goes to the gym, yet everyone stays fit. They walk to friends' houses, to markets, to gardens. They bend to pick vegetables, stretch to hang laundry, dance at festivals. Their muscles stay alive through living itself. So, stand up more. Walk more. Let your day be your exercise. You don't have to train like an athlete, just move like a human. Sleep, the model's best kept secret. The night is sacred in Okinawa. After a day of work and laughter, they go to bed early, long before midnight. Their bodies rest under the whisper of the wind, while their minds sink into deep, healing sleep. When we sleep, the body creates melatonin, a natural antioxidant that slows aging, protects the heart, and strengthens the immune system. But we sabotage it with screens, caffeine, and late nights. The Okinawans, instead, surrender to the rhythm of nature, sleeping with the sunset, rising with the dawn, and every morning, they wake as if reborn. The anti-aging attitude. Longevity is not only physical, it's emotional. Studies show that people who live longest share two traits, a positive attitude and emotional awareness. They see challenges not as walls but as waves, sometimes high, sometimes low, always passing. They don't cling to the past or chase the future. They live with wabi-sabi, the beauty of imperfection, the serenity of acceptance. When pain comes, they let it pass through them, not define them. When joy comes, they embrace it fully, knowing it too is fleeting. They are not afraid of aging. They welcome it as proof that they have lived deeply. The Song of Longevity. One day in the village of Ajimai, a woman almost 100 years old sang softly to the visitors who came to learn her secret. Her voice was thin, but full of warmth. She sang, "Eat a little of everything with joy, go to bed early, rise early, and walk with the sun, be kind to your friends. And welcome each season, move your fingers, move your heart, and one day you'll find yourself 100. When she finished, she laughed like a child, free, light, alive. That laughter was her elixir. The secret to staying young isn't hidden in pills or laboratories. It's hidden in how you live each ordinary day. Eat simply, move often, rest deeply, think kindly, laugh easily, love always. Growing old is inevitable, but aging is optional. If you fill your days with small joys and quiet purpose, you'll discover, as the Okinawans have, that a long life is not measured in years, it's measured in meaning. In the next chapter, we travel deeper, into the human spirit. You'll discover how Viktor Frankl's logotherapy and the Japanese philosophy of Ikigai intertwine, and how finding your purpose can heal the soul and extend your life. Join me in Chapter 3, From Logotherapy to Ikigai. Don't forget to subscribe. And let's keep walking this beautiful path together. Chapter 3, From Logotherapy to Ikigai, How to Live Longer and Better by Finding Your Purpose. there are moments in life when silence feels heavy, when the world loses its color, and we ask ourselves, why am I here? It's in those quiet, difficult moments that the search for meaning truly begins. This chapter is about that search, the invisible bridge between pain and purpose, between what we endure, and why we endure it, the bridge that connects logotherapy and Ikigai, the man who found meaning in suffering. In the 1940s, a psychiatrist named Viktor Frankl was sent to Auschwitz, one of history's darkest places. He lost everything, his home, his freedom, his family, but even in that nightmare, he discovered something extraordinary, that even when everything is taken from you, there remains one final freedom, the freedom to choose your attitude, to choose how you will respond to what happens to you. In those camps, surrounded by death, Frankl noticed that those who survived longest were not always the strongest, but those who still had a reason to live. For some, it was the hope of seeing their loved ones again. For others, it was the dream of finishing a book, or the belief that their pain could teach something to the world. That reason, that flame, was their Ikigai, logotherapy, healing through purpose. Frankl called his method logotherapy, from the Greek word logos, meaning reason or meaning. It was therapy through meaning, unlike psychoanalysis, which asks what's wrong with you. Logotherapy asks, why haven't you given up yet? It teaches that the cure for emptiness isn't pleasure, wealth, or escape, it's purpose. Frankl would ask his patients, why do you not commit suicide? Harsh words, but within them was compassion, because when someone finds even one reason to keep living, the darkness begins to fade. That reason, no matter how small, becomes the thread that pulls them back into life. The 5 steps of logotherapy. Frankl described the journey like this. 1. A person feels empty, anxious, or lost. 2. They realize that what they truly crave is meaning. 3. They begin to discover their purpose, even a small one. 4. They choose, freely, to accept that purpose. 5. That choice gives them strength to face suffering, and to grow beyond it. This is not just philosophy, it's transformation. The beauty of tension. Frankl taught that peace isn't what we truly need, what we need is tension, the healthy tension between what we are, and what we want to become, that longing, that striving, that gentle pull forward, that is what keeps us alive. The elders of Okinawa live by this same principle. They rise every morning with something to do, a garden to tend, a song to sing, a friend to meet. They are not chasing comfort, they are nurturing purpose, because meaning doesn't remove hardship, it gives hardship value. The existential void. In the modern world, we have filled our lives with noise, work, entertainment, distractions, all to silence the quiet question within, what am I living for? This emptiness is what Frankl called the existential vacuum, a hollow space where meaning should live. We try to fill it with pleasure, money, or control, but those things never last, because purpose cannot be bought. It must be discovered. In Japan, this discovery has a name, Ikigai. Ikigai, the joy of always being busy. Ikigai is not about grand achievements. It's about being fully alive in each small act, cooking, painting, walking, helping, learning. It's waking up with the quiet joy of knowing that today has meaning. It's the invisible thread that connects your heart to the world. Frankl would say, he who has a why to live for can bear almost any how. The people of Okinawa live this truth every day. When they feel pain, they turn it into patience. When they face loss, they turn it into wisdom, because their why never dies, it only grows stronger with time. Stories of meaning. There's a story Frankl once told of a man who lost his wife and fell into deep depression. When the man came to him, Frankl didn't offer comfort, he offered perspective. He asked, what would have happened if you had died first, and your wife were the one mourning you? The man's eyes filled with tears. She would have suffered terribly, he said. Frankl nodded. Then you have spared her that pain, and the price you pay is your sorrow. The man was silent. Then he stood up, shook Frankl's hand, and walked out. His suffering hadn't vanished, but it now had meaning, and that meaning gave him peace. Morita therapy, the Japanese mirror. Around the same time Frankl developed logotherapy in Europe, a Zen Buddhist doctor in Japan, Shoma Morita, created a similar approach. Morita taught that we should not fight our emotions, but accept them. Feelings, he said, are like the weather. we cannot control them, only observe them. Instead of trying to eliminate pain, Morita urged his patients to act with purpose despite pain, to do what must be done, whether the heart feels heavy or light. This harmony of action and acceptance became the foundation of Japanese emotional resilience. It is the philosophy that whispers, you don't have to feel good to do good. And that, too, is a form of Ikigai. Purpose transforms pain. Frankl and Morita both discovered the same truth, on opposite sides of the world. Meaning transforms suffering into strength. When you find purpose, your pain becomes fuel, not a cage. Every difficulty you face becomes a test, and every test a teacher. The elders of Okinawa know this well. When storms destroy their crops, they plant again. When illness comes, they rest, then return to work. Because in their hearts, they are not living for survival, they are living for significance. Your purpose doesn't have to be grand. It doesn't have to change the world. It just has to change your world, the way you see. Each day, each task, each person, Viktor Frankl found meaning in the darkest place on earth. The Okinawans find it in the light of every morning, and you. You can find it in the space between your breath, in the quiet moment when you ask yourself not what do I want from life, but what is life asking from me? Because when you answer that question, you discover your Ikigai. In the next chapter, we'll explore something even more beautiful, the secret of flow, how to lose yourself in what you love, and turn every task into a path toward growth and peace. Join me in Chapter 4, Find Flow in Everything You Do. Don't forget to subscribe and continue this journey to a long, meaningful, and joyful life. Chapter 4, Find Flow in Everything You Do. How to turn work and free time into spaces for growth. There's a place beyond distraction, a space where time dissolves, where hours feel like minutes, and where your mind and body move as one. That space is called flow. The Japanese know it well. It is the invisible bridge between Ikigai and happiness, the river of flow. Imagine a painter at his canvas, his hands move without hesitation. He doesn't hear the noise outside, doesn't think of time, or hunger, or fear. In that moment, he is the painting. This, psychologists say, is the state of flow. Mihai Csikszentmihalyi, the Hungarian psychologist who studied it, described it as the state in which a person is completely immersed in what they are doing, with a sense of energized focus and enjoyment. The mind stops wandering, doubt disappears, only action remains. The anatomy of flow. Flow is not magic, it's a delicate balance, a dance between challenge and skill. When a task is too easy, we get bored. When it's too hard, we get anxious. But when difficulty meets ability, when what we're doing stretches us just enough, we enter flow. Time slows down, yet hours pass unnoticed. We forget ourselves, and in that forgetting, we become more alive than ever. The hidden door to happiness. In Okinawa, this is visible everywhere. An old man repairing his fishing nets by the shore, a woman in her garden, trimming bonsai leaves with quiet precision. They aren't working for money or recognition, they are working because work itself brings peace. Every movement has meaning, every small act is an expression of care. This is flow, not as theory, but as way of living. When time disappears, do you remember the last time you did something and lost track of time? Maybe painting, writing, cooking, coding, playing. That moment when you forgot to check your phone, forgot the noise of the world, and realized hours had passed like a few minutes. That is flow. The people who find this state often, scientists, musicians, gardeners, teachers, report something incredible. They feel more alive. Flow, in fact, is one of the key ingredients of Ikigai. Why flow matters for longevity. When we are in flow, the mind is calm and alert, our thoughts become ordered, our stress disappears. This deep focus lowers heart rate, stabilizes hormones, and enhances the immune system. Flow is meditation in motion. It heals not by stillness, but by presence. That's why so many Okinawan elders still work joyfully in their 90s. They move slowly, but with full attention. The rhythm of their hands, the quiet repetition, keeps their bodies strong and their hearts young. The enemies of flow. In our modern world, flow is rare, not because it's hard, but because we are never still enough to find it. Notifications pull us, multitasking distracts us, we are everywhere except here. But flow cannot exist without presence. When your attention is divided, your joy is diluted. That's why the masters, the calligraphers, the potters, the monks, the coders, the dancers, all live by a simple truth. When you do something, do only that thing. How to enter flow? There is a path, simple but powerful. 1. Choose a task you love, something that challenges you but feels meaningful. 2. Eliminate distractions, silence your phone, clear your space, free your mind. 3. Set a clear goal, know what you are trying to accomplish, no matter how small. 4. Immerse yourself, let your hands take over, forget results, focus on rhythm. 5. Stay slightly uncomfortable, growth lives just outside your comfort zone. Do this daily, even in small moments, and you'll begin to live inside flow. Work is meditation. The Okinawans don't see work as a burden, they see it as a form of meditation. When they weave fabric, plant seeds, or cook a meal, they do it with presence and joy. Every act, no matter how simple, is a chance to lose the self and find the moment. There's a quiet dignity in this kind of life. You don't chase happiness. You create it, through attention. Rhythm and love, the flow of the craftsman. In Japan, there's a word for this, shokunin, the craftsman spirit. The shokunin doesn't work for fame or money, he works to perfect his art. The sushi chef who spends 10 years mastering rice, the potter who throws 1,000 bowls before calling one good. The calligrapher who paints the same stroke until it breathes life. These people live inside flow every day. Their ikigai is not in what they create, but in how they create it. Finding flow in everyday life. You don't need to be an artist to live like this. Flow can be found in the way you fold your clothes, wash your dishes, walk to work, or write an email. Every moment holds a chance for harmony. If you give yourself fully to it, even 5 minutes, life begins to change. Suddenly, chores become rituals, work becomes play, and time, instead of something to fight, becomes something to flow with. Flow is the art of vanishing into the present. It is where Ikigai becomes experience, not just an idea. To live in flow is to dissolve the walls between work and joy, between task and purpose, because when you are truly immersed in what you love, you don't age, you expand. So ask yourself, what is the thing you could do for hours, without noticing time? That might just be your Ikigai calling. In the next chapter, we'll travel to the heart of Okinawa, and meet the real masters of longevity, the men and women who have lived over 100 years, and still wake up each morning with laughter and purpose. Join me in Chapter 5, Masters of Longevity. Words of wisdom from the world's longest living people. Don't forget to subscribe, and keep flowing on your path to Ikigai. Chapter 5, Masters of Longevity. Words of wisdom from the longest living people in the world. There's a village hidden between green mountains and the blue Pacific. A place so peaceful that time itself seems to rest. Its name is Ajimai, on the northern tip of Okinawa. Here, the air smells of sea salt and sweet potatoes, the streets are lined with flowers, and the laughter of elders echoes through the warm breeze. This is the village of longevity. More people here live past 100 than anywhere else on earth. They rise early, smile easily, and carry a secret, the secret of Ikigai, the visit. When the authors of Ikigai arrived in Ajimai, they were welcomed not with ceremony, but with kindness. The villagers gathered in a small hall, wearing colorful kimonos. Some were 90, some were 100, some 105, yet all had the sparkle of youth in their eyes. They sang, laughed, and served green tea, moving slowly, but with unmistakable energy. "We're happy to meet you," one of them said, bowing gently, "but we are even happier to be alive." The faces of time, their faces tell stories that no book ever could, wrinkles like rivers, each line a memory, hands thin as paper, yet strong enough to weave, cook, garden, and paint. Their joy was not in having lived long, it was in still living fully. One woman, 102 years old, still danced every morning. Another, 97, tended to her vegetable patch, smiling at her tomatoes like children. They spoke softly, but their words carried the wisdom of centuries. What they told the authors, when asked about their secret to a long and happy life, they answered in ways that sounded simple, yet profound. Don't worry too much. Keep moving. Be kind to everyone. Eat until you are 80% full. Smile. They said these things not as rules, but as natural truths. To them, happiness isn't a choice, it's a habit, and longevity isn't a miracle, it's the reward for living lightly. the morning ritual. Every morning in Ajumai begins the same way. The elders wake up with the first light, they stretch, walk outside, breathe in the ocean air. Then, they gather in small groups, moai, to share tea and talk about the day. They laugh, tell jokes, remember friends, discuss the weather. There is always laughter, never complaint. Their days are slow, but full, and perhaps that's why time forgets them. No word for retirement. In Japanese, there is no word that exactly means retirement. Because in Ajumai, no one stops working, they keep doing what they love, until their final breath. The old fisherman still fixes his nets, the weaver still threads her loom, the farmer still tends his soil. Work here isn't duty, it's devotion. The purpose doesn't end when youth does, it simply evolves. The gentle power of togetherness, loneliness, in Ajumai, doesn't exist. Everyone belongs to a moai, a lifelong circle of friends who meet regularly to talk, eat, and help one another. If someone gets sick, the others bring soup. If someone feels sad, the others visit. Community isn't an event, it's a way of being. These small bonds, invisible yet strong, are what scientists now call social nutrition. And it's as vital to the heart as food is to the body. The diet of longevity. The elders' meals are simple, colorful, and light. They eat vegetables from their gardens, radishes, goya, bitter melon, tofu, seaweed, and rice. They sip jasmine tea and sometimes enjoy a little awamori, a local rice wine. Before each meal, they say, hara hachibu, eat until you are 80% full. They chew slowly. They savor every flavor, and always, they eat together, never alone. Laughter as medicine. The authors noticed something striking. These elders laughed a lot, they teased each other, they joked about their own age. One 103-year-old man laughed, when you reach my age, you stop buying green bananas. Their laughter wasn't childish, it was pure. They understood that life's weight is easier to carry when you share it with a smile. Modern science now confirms that laughter lowers blood pressure, strengthens immunity, and releases endorphins. The villagers didn't need studies to prove that, they've lived it for 100 years. Harmony with nature. In Ajumai, people live close to the earth. Their gardens are small, but alive with color. Red hibiscus, purple sweet potatoes, green tea leaves. They live in wooden homes with wide porches, so that nature is never far away. They walk barefoot on grass, feel the soil, breathe the sea air. This harmony between human and nature isn't philosophy, it's daily life, and it keeps them grounded, balanced, alive. The heart of their Ikigai. For these elders, Ikigai isn't a grand dream, it's the small joy of being useful. The 94-year-old farmer who still grows vegetables for the village, the 99-year-old woman who watches her grandchildren walk to school, the 101-year-old man who sharpens his tools every morning, just in case someone needs help. Their Ikigai is simple, to stay connected, to keep creating, to remain thankful. Every day is an opportunity to give, and in giving, they receive life itself. When you walk through Ajumai, you don't see perfection, you see people who have made peace with time. They have wrinkles, yes, but also laughter lines. They have fewer possessions, but deeper connections. They live slowly, love deeply, and age gracefully. The secret of their long life isn't a mystery written in the stars, it's a story written in the way they live each ordinary day. Be useful, be kind, laugh often, stay curious, keep your purpose alive. That's all, that's Ikigai. In the next chapter, we'll go beyond Ajumai's wisdom and discover the timeless Japanese lessons and proverbs that teach us how to live well, the stories, sayings, and traditions that have guided generations toward peace, simplicity, and happiness. Join me in Chapter 6, Lessons from Japan's Centenarians, Traditions and Proverbs for Happiness and Longevity. Don't forget to subscribe, and remember, a long life is not about counting years, but making every year count. Chapter 6, Lessons from Japan's Centenarians, Traditions and Proverbs for Happiness and Longevity. There's an old Japanese saying, fall 7 times, stand up 8. It's not just a proverb, it's a philosophy, a reminder that strength isn't about never falling, but always rising. In this chapter, we explore the timeless lessons Japan's centenarians live by, teachings passed down through generations that shape how they eat, think, love, and age. These lessons are not written in textbooks but woven into everyday life, in the way they greet the morning, share food, and face challenges. Wabi-sabi, the beauty of imperfection. Life isn't meant to be perfect. A chipped teacup, an aging face, a rainy day, all hold quiet beauty. Wabi-sabi teaches that imperfection, impermanence, and incompleteness are not flaws, they are what make life real. The elders of Japan embrace wrinkles like badges of wisdom. Their homes are simple, their meals humble, their joy pure. To live wabi-sabi is to accept life as it is, and still find peace in its cracks. Ichigo Ichii, this moment only once. Every meeting, every meal, every sunrise happens only once in a lifetime. This is the spirit of Ichigo Ichii, one time, one meeting. It teaches us to treat every encounter as sacred, every moment as unrepeatable. That's why when you share tea in Japan, it's done slowly, with deep gratitude, because that exact moment will never return. To live by Ichigo Ichii is to live awake, aware that time is fleeting, yet beautiful. Shikata ga nai, letting go with grace. There are things in life we can change, and things we cannot. When storms come, the elders of Japan bow with the wind instead of breaking against it. Shikata ga nai means it cannot be helped. It's not resignation, it's acceptance. This quiet strength allows them to move through loss, pain, and change without bitterness. It's how they remain calm even when life turns uncertain. Osekai, the spirit of helping others. In Japanese villages, people look out for each other naturally. Osekai means kind interference, stepping in to help, even without being asked. If an elder drops something, 5 hands reach down. If a neighbor is sick, food appears at their doorstep. This habit of small kindnesses creates invisible threads of care that hold communities together. It's not charity, it's love in motion. Gamen, the art of endurance. Patience is a quiet superpower. Gamen means enduring hardship with dignity and calm. During tough times, war, disaster, loss, the Japanese people have carried this virtue in their hearts. It's what allows them to smile through struggle, to rebuild without complaint. For the centenarians, Gamen isn't suffering, it's strength with serenity. Kansha, gratitude for everything. Every evening, before sleeping, many elders whisper arigato, thank you, for another day. Kansha means gratitude, not just for big blessings, but for small ones too. A warm cup of tea, the laughter of children, the scent of rain. This daily practice of thankfulness fills life with quiet joy. Gratitude, they say, makes even ordinary days shine. The wisdom of Japan's centenarians reminds us that longevity isn't just measured in years, it's measured in grace. To live long and happy, one must accept imperfection, cherish each moment, help others freely, endure with calm, live in gratitude. When you combine these, you don't just grow older, you grow deeper. Every wrinkle becomes a story. Every scar, a lesson. Every sunrise, a gift, because the secret of a long and joyful life lies not in chasing perfection, but in finding beauty, purpose, and peace in the imperfect flow of every day. In the next chapter, we'll go beyond wisdom and dive into action, discovering the daily habits, diets, and practices that keep Japan's centenarians strong and vibrant. Join me in Chapter 7, The Everyday Secrets of Longevity, from morning rituals to meals that heal. Don't forget to subscribe, your journey to Ikigai continues. Chapter 7, The Everyday Secrets of Longevity, from morning rituals to meals that heal. There's no magic pill for a long life, only small, daily habits that quietly add up over time. In Okinawa, these habits are not routines, they're rhythms of living. From sunrise to sunset, every action, how they wake, eat, move, and rest, flows with balance and intention. The morning begins with gratitude. Every day in Okinawa starts slowly, peacefully. The elders rise with the sun, stretch their bodies, open their windows, and breathe in the fresh air. Before breakfast, many whisper a short prayer of thanks, for life, for family, for another dawn. This small act of gratitude sets the tone for the entire day. They do not rush, because they know that how you begin your morning shapes how you live your day. The Okinawan diet, light, colorful, and balanced. If you peek into a centenarian's kitchen, you'll find a rainbow on their plate. Meals are small, simple, and plant-based, rich in tofu, goya, bitter melon, purple sweet potatoes, seaweed, rice, and green tea. Meat is eaten rarely and in small portions. They follow the 80% rule. Hara Hachibu, stopping when they feel satisfied, not full. Science now confirms that this calorie moderation reduces inflammation, strengthens the heart, and slows aging. The healing power of green tea. Tea in Okinawa is not just a drink, it's medicine in a cup. They sip sanpincha, a blend of green tea and jasmine, throughout the day, rich in antioxidants and catechins. It keeps their blood vessels healthy and their minds sharp. Each sip is taken slowly, a meditation of calm and presence, movement as a way of life. The Okinawans don't go to gyms, yet they stay agile well into their 90s. Their secret? They never stop moving. They garden, walk, dance, cook, and clean, always in motion, but never in haste. Their daily activities engage the body naturally, improving flexibility and balance. Even sitting on the floor helps maintain posture and strength, a habit that keeps their joints young. Gardening, the green secret of long life. Almost every home has a small garden. Elders plant flowers, herbs, and vegetables, not for money, but for joy. The act of tending soil connects them with nature's rhythm. Gardening reduces stress, increases physical activity, and offers a quiet purpose. Nurturing life while being nurtured by it. Calm minds, light hearts. Mental health is as vital as diet or exercise. Okinawan elders practice mindfulness through everyday acts, preparing tea, folding clothes, or watering plants. They live with shikata ga nai, acceptance, and kansha, gratitude. They rarely dwell on worries, choosing instead to focus on the present moment. A calm heart, they say, keeps the body young. Moai, the social secret of health. Every week, small groups of friends, moai, gather to share tea, laughter, and stories. They support each other emotionally and financially when needed. This sense of belonging gives them purpose and protects against loneliness, which modern science shows can shorten lifespan. Their laughter, not medicine, is the true daily dose of healing, rest, rhythm, and rejuvenation. When night falls, they rest early. Screens are replaced by conversation, and silence replaces noise. They sleep deeply, in sync with nature's rhythm, restoring the body, refreshing the mind. In the quiet of night, their hearts slow, their cells repair, and another long day of life begins to bloom within them. Longevity isn't built in years, it's built in days. And days are built in small choices. Eat simply, rise with gratitude, move often, stay connected, breathe calmly, rest deeply. The people of Okinawa show us that the secret to a long and happy life isn't found in what we have, but in how we live. When purpose, peace, and community meet, time itself slows down. A long life, after all, is just a collection of well-lived moments. In the next chapter, we'll explore how science meets wisdom, how modern research explains the secrets behind Ikigai, flow, and longevity. Join me in Chapter 8. The Science of Longevity, what modern research reveals about living long and well. Don't forget to subscribe, because the journey to a meaningful, joyful life continues. Chapter 8, The Science of Longevity, what modern research reveals about living long and well. For centuries, philosophers searched for the secret to a long life. Now, science is catching up, revealing how small habits, emotions, and beliefs quietly shape our biology. In Okinawa, wisdom and science meet, tradition backed by data, lifestyle supported by research, the biology of purpose. Scientists now know that having a purpose, your Ikigai, is not just emotional, but biological. Studies from Japan's National Center for Geriatrics show that people who wake each morning with a sense of meaning have lower cortisol levels, healthier hearts, and stronger immune systems. Purpose activates parts of the brain linked to motivation and resilience. It keeps neurons alive longer and even slows cognitive decline. In simple words, meaning heals. The power of positive emotions, laughter, joy, and gratitude are not just moods, they are medicine. When you laugh, your body releases endorphins and nitric oxide, relaxing blood vessels and improving circulation. Gratitude, meanwhile, lowers inflammation and strengthens immunity. That's why the elders of Okinawa, who laugh easily and thank often, rarely suffer from chronic stress. Science calls it the positivity-longevity link. The Okinawans simply call it living light. Nutrition, fuel for longevity. Researchers studying the Okinawan diet found that it is rich in antioxidants, fiber, and plant-based protein. Their staple foods, sweet potatoes, tofu, green tea, and seaweed, reduce oxidative stress and protect against heart disease. Even their habit of eating until 80% full, hara hachibu, is backed by data. Caloric restriction increases lifespan and reduces age-related diseases in nearly all species studied. Science, once again, confirms what tradition already knew: stress, hormones, and harmony. Chronic stress accelerates aging by shortening telomeres, the protective caps at the end of DNA strands, but practices like deep breathing, meditation, and social bonding can reverse this effect. Okinawans naturally follow these patterns. Their slow pace of life, deep friendships, and spiritual calm keep their hormones in balance. Their parasympathetic nervous system, the body's rest and repair mode, stays active longer, delaying aging at the cellular level. Movement and longevity genes. Physical activity doesn't just strengthen muscles, it awakens longevity genes. Moderate movement, like walking or gardening, increases the expression of SIRT1 and AMPK, genes linked to cellular repair and lifespan extension. The elders of Okinawa don't lift weights or run marathons, they live in motion. Science shows that this gentle, consistent activity is far more beneficial than occasional intense exercise. The mystery of the blue zone genes. Genetic studies of Okinawan centenarians reveal unique markers for metabolic efficiency and low inflammation. Yet genes alone don't explain everything. Many researchers believe it's the interaction between genes and lifestyle, epigenetics, that holds the key. In other words, your habits can turn longevity genes on or off. Every choice, what you eat, how you think, how you love, writes on your DNA. Sleep and cellular renewal. Sleep is not rest, it's repair. During deep sleep, the brain clears toxins, rebuilds memory, and regenerates cells. Okinawans sleep naturally, early and deeply, following the circadian rhythm. Science confirms that consistent sleep strengthens the immune system, stabilizes hormones, and extends life expectancy. The social science of connection. Loneliness increases the risk of death as much as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. But strong social bonds protect against depression, heart disease, and cognitive decline. The Moai system, lifelong circles of friendship, is a natural form of therapy. When you belong, your body produces oxytocin, the bonding hormone that lowers blood pressure and boosts well-being. Connection, quite literally, keeps you alive. Longevity is not luck, it's lifestyle. It's written in how you eat, move, rest, and connect. Science now proves what the Okinawans have practiced for centuries. A calm mind protects your body, a simple diet heals your cells, friendship rewires your brain, purpose keeps your heart young, the body follows where the spirit leads. When you live with Ikigai, every heartbeat becomes an echo of harmony, between science and soul, habit and hope, life and meaning. In the next chapter, we uncover how to find your own Ikigai. Step by step, you'll learn how to discover what you love, what you're good at, what the world needs, and how to bring it all together. Join me in Chapter 9, Finding Your Ikigai, The Path to Purpose and Joy. Chapter 9, Finding Your Ikigai, The Path to Purpose and Joy. What makes you wake up with energy every morning? What makes time disappear when you do it? What fills your heart with quiet satisfaction, even when no one's watching? That is your Ikigai. In this chapter, we move from understanding the philosophy to discovering your own reason for being, your personal compass for a meaningful life. The 4 circles of Ikigai. Your Ikigai lies at the intersection of 4 questions. 1. What do you love? Passion. 2. What are you good at? Vocation. 3. What does the world need? Mission. For what can you be paid for? Profession. When these 4 meet, you find harmony, where joy and purpose become one. But Ikigai doesn't always arrive as a revelation. Sometimes, it unfolds slowly, through living mindfully every day. Start small, start now. The Japanese call it Kaizen, the philosophy of continuous, gentle improvement. You don't find Ikigai in a single leap, you build it step by step. Start with something you love, no matter how small. Cooking, writing, helping, teaching. Do it every day. Refine it. Let it evolve. Ikigai is not discovered, it's cultivated. Follow what energizes you, notice what makes you feel alive. When you do something that aligns with your Ikigai, your energy expands instead of drains. It's not always easy or glamorous. Sometimes it's quiet, steady, and simple. The fisherman's Ikigai is the sea, the gardener's Ikigai is the soil, the teacher's Ikigai is the sparkle in a student's eyes. Look for where your energy flows effortlessly, there, your purpose waits. The courage to be imperfect. You don't have to be extraordinary to have purpose. Perfection is not Ikigai. What matters is authenticity, doing what feels true to who you are. The elders of Okinawa don't chase success or recognition, they simply live fully in what they love. Let go of comparison. Your Ikigai is not a competition, it's a connection between your heart and the world. Listening to life's clues, your life is always whispering your Ikigai. In what excites you, what frustrates you, what moves you. Pay attention, ask, what moments make me forget time? What kind of problems do I love solving? What would I do even if I weren't paid? Each answer is a clue, a breadcrumb leading you toward your Ikigai. Balance and flow. When you align with your Ikigai, work stops feeling like labor and becomes flow. You move effortlessly between action and awareness. You find calm even in challenge, purpose even in repetition. This balance, between effort and ease, is where longevity and joy reside. Ikigai in relationships. Your Ikigai can also be found in people. For some, it's raising children. For others, caring for family or serving the community. Love, when practiced daily, becomes the deepest. Ikigai, the Okinawans understand this. They live not for themselves alone, but for the bonds that keep them human. When life changes, so can your Ikigai. Purpose is not fixed, it evolves as you do. The Ikigai of youth, ambition, discovery, may become the Ikigai of maturity, peace, contribution. When one door closes, another opens. If you keep walking with curiosity, your Ikigai is a living thing, growing, shifting, breathing with you. You don't have to travel to Okinawa to find Ikigai. It's already within you, in your joys, your gifts, your quiet moments of meaning. To find it, you simply need to pause. Listen. And live with intention, because in the end, Ikigai isn't about adding more years to your life, it's about adding more life to your years. It's about waking up each morning knowing that who you are, and what you do, matters. In the next and final chapter, we'll bring it all together. The wisdom, science, and spirit of Ikigai. You'll learn how to live each day with joy, calm, and purpose, no matter your age or path. Join me in Chapter 10, Living the Ikigai Way, the everyday art of a long and meaningful life. Don't forget to subscribe. Your journey to timeless happiness is about to come full circle. Chapter 10, Living the Ikigai Way, the everyday art of a long and meaningful life. Imagine a life where each sunrise feels like a new beginning, where every small act, making tea, greeting a neighbor, tending a plant, feels sacred. That is the Ikigai way. It's not about grand goals or distant dreams, it's about living fully, right here, right now, turning ordinary moments into extraordinary meaning. The everyday practice of Ikigai. Ikigai is not something you think about, it's something you live. It's in the rhythm of your breath, the warmth of your relationships, the care you bring to your work. Every day offers a chance to practice it. When you greet someone with kindness, when you give your best, even in small tasks, when you pause to enjoy your tea instead of rushing. These simple moments, lived with awareness, form the foundation of a joyful, long life. The 10 rules of Ikigai, as taught by the elders of Okinawa. 1. Stay active, never retire completely. 2. Take it slow, don't rush through your days. 3. Don't fill your stomach, remember hara hachibu, for surround yourself with good friends. 5. Get in shape through daily, gentle movement. 6. Smile and acknowledge others often. 7. Reconnect with nature, feel the sun, the breeze, the soil. 8. Give thanks, every single day. 9. Live in the moment, let go of what you can't control. 10. Follow your Ikigai, your reason for being. These are not rules to follow, they are ways to remember, reminders that a long and happy life is built not in years, but in how you spend your moments. Simplicity as strength, in a world that glorifies busyness. The Okinawans have mastered simplicity, their homes are uncluttered. Their meals are light. Their minds are calm, they know that less noise creates more peace, and more space for what truly matters. Simplicity isn't emptiness, it's clarity. It allows joy to breathe, living in harmony with time. Time, to them, is not an enemy but a companion. They don't chase it, they walk beside it. Each age brings a new rhythm, a new lesson, a new beauty. They understand that aging is not decay, it's ripening, like a tree that bears fruit. Wisdom grows with time, not despite it. The circle of community, no one in Okinawa walks alone, their moai, lifelong circles of friendship, keep them connected, supported, and seen. When one is sad, the others lift them, when one celebrates, all rejoice. This bond is their invisible medicine, a net of care that catches them whenever life trembles. They remind us that joy shared is doubled, and sorrow shared is halved, the calm within chaos. The world will always bring storms, loss, change, uncertainty, but the Ikigai way teaches calm in motion. When things fall apart, you breathe, you bow to the wind instead of breaking against it, you trust that life, like the seasons, will turn again. This quiet resilience, Shikata Ga Nai, is the heart of lasting peace. A life of continuous becoming. The elders of Okinawa don't chase perfection or final answers, they simply keep becoming, growing, learning, sharing, loving. Their secret is not in never stopping time, but in never stopping life. Each day they find one reason to smile, one reason to give, one reason to rise, and in that, they remain forever young. When you live with Ikigai, every day becomes a blessing, every breath becomes a prayer. Every act becomes a piece of art, to live long. And well, you don't need to add more to your life, you need to add more life to what you already have, because joy isn't found in chasing more, it's found in cherishing enough, so take it slow. Smile often, help others, eat lightly, love deeply, and above all, keep your reason for being alive. That is the Ikigai way, that is the art of living long and happy, and with that, we come full circle, from discovering the meaning of Ikigai, to living it every single day. If this journey inspired you, don't forget to subscribe, because your own path to Ikigai, your reason for being, begins not tomorrow, but right now. Live slow, live kind, live with purpose. Conclusion: the journey of Ikigai, a life worth living. Close your eyes for a moment, take a deep breath, listen to your heartbeat, steady, patient, alive. That rhythm is life itself. And inside it, your Ikigai quietly whispers. You've walked through the gardens of Okinawa, heard the laughter of its centenarians, learned from their peace, their purpose, their grace. But the real journey doesn't end here, it begins now, within you. Ikigai is not a destination, Ikigai isn't something to find once and hold forever. It changes as you change, growing, shifting, deepening with every season of your life. Some days it's your work, some days it's your loved ones, and some days it's simply the courage to get up and try again. You don't need to travel far to discover it, you only need to look closely at what makes your heart feel alive. The secret was never a secret, the Okinawans never hid the truth, they lived it. Eat lightly, move naturally, stay connected, be grateful, keep your purpose alive. These are not rituals for the old, they are lessons for the living. Because the art of longevity is really the art of being present, one humble, joyful day at a time. Moments that matter. Ikigai lives in small acts, brewing tea with calm hands, saying thank you for the morning light, smiling at a stranger, doing your work with quiet care. When you do these things with love and awareness, you are already living the Ikigai way, you are already timeless, a life of meaning, not perfection. You don't need to be flawless to live beautifully. Wabi-sabi, the beauty of imperfection, reminds us that cracks let the light in. Aging is not losing youth, it's gaining clarity. Each wrinkle tells a story, each scar is proof that you healed. And each breath is a gentle reminder that you still have time to love, to give, to grow. So when you wake up tomorrow, don't chase success, chase meaning. Don't measure life by years, measure it by joy. Smile more, move more, worry less. Let gratitude be your prayer, and kindness your daily act of faith. Because the secret of a long and happy life is not hidden in the mountains of Okinawa, it's already in your heart, waiting to be lived. Live slowly, love deeply, be useful, be thankful, and above all, never stop becoming. That is the journey of Ikigai, that is the art of truly being alive, and that's the end of this beautiful journey, the Japanese secret to a long and happy life. If this series touched your heart, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, so that more people can discover their own Ikigai, because happiness isn't somewhere far away, it's right here, in the life you're living today. And that was today's journey into the world of Ikigai. The Japanese Secret to a Long and Happy Life. If this story inspired you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more beautifully told stories and summaries, only here on the Narrated Novel, where every page has a voice, and every story finds a heartbeat.